cello, 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 cello.
You know I love that song.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, this is Tangent Bandits, and I'm Jameer Zell here with Queen Lay, and we are
Tangent Bandits.
I
gotta work on our harmony.
Yeah, we gotta work on that. I just feel like I don't. Was I even on the mic at the time?
I don't know. I feel like I went all the way up.
Should I try it again?
I don't know. We need to practice that.
What's up? Why I had to go ghetto?
I don't know.
What happened?
I guess you wanted to come in stronger.
It's Jameer Zell. Oh, we're gonna do a quiet storm. Like, okay, it's Jameer Zell in with Queen Lay, and this is Tangent Bandits. Yeah.
Oh shit. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, and yourself? How are you doing?
I mean, I'm straight. I'm a little sleepy, but I'm here.
Yes, you are.
I'm here.
Well, how's your week been going?
Let me think.
What can you talk about? I mean, there's
my
one
week
thing
has
that
been,
definitely happened.
My week has been going good. I mean, if we're recapping last week, we actually, and I guess this is kind of getting into one of our cosigns. Do you want me to go there?
Well, I want to well, sure. But maybe we should apologize to the people. Because
I'm not really good at apologies.
I'm not either, but it's okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you guys. We've had crises on top of crises.
And personal days.
And then personal days. So
we've been out
for
the
3
studio
weeks.
for like 3 weeks.
But we are back.
And I'm happy to be back. Honestly, I need to have like this outlet because what am I, 27? I'm married. I have 2 children. I have a full-time job. And like, I just
need a hobby.
Yeah, like I need a hobby and I need a way to like be
Vent.
myself without having so many different, I don't want to call them strikes, but like just having so many different labels on me. And when I do the podcast, it's just, I can just be silly. I can just be Layla.
Yes.
I'm not saying I don't have any regard, but like my regard level is just a lot lower when I'm here. So I like having that outlet, and I think it's healthy for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this will be therapeutic.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Chico, check out my song, man. It's
Okay.
posted on my page, man. Just let me know what you think about my lyrics. They're real deep. All right, moving on.
Right.
So this first segment is the cosign. I guess we're gonna start off on a positive note.
As we try to.
So if you
Yes, we're definitely gonna. What a beautiful segue. That was
Thank
cute. You did that. Okay.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna start off on a
Thank you.
positive note. You
Yes,
guys.
on a positive note. So if this is your first time listening to Tangent Bandits, we have 3 segments. The first segment is our cosign. This is where we talk about things that we literally cosign, things that we are happy about, things that we're excited about, things that we would like to promote and also see more of. First, I can't really read from here. Oh, okay. So on, what was the date?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
April.
April?
March.
Oh God.
Okay. All right. The opening weekend for the movie Us, which is produced,
Okay.
written, and directed by
Right.
the amazing Jordan Peele. I coordinated a movie night through Black Positivity. So it was called Black Positivity Movie Night. And I invited, of course, like friends on Facebook. And I also had a lot of people from my Facebook group, Melanated Millennial, that came out and actually watched the movie. So we sat in a row together. Some of us kind of like bought tickets at different times. So some of us was sitting together. Some of us not so much.
Okay.
But we seen each other in passing. You know,
Yeah,
just
it
a little,
was cute.
yeah, hey, how you doing? How you doing? I went to my seat. But we all met and we went to go watch that movie together, and it was an epic experience. First of all, the movie was good, but before we get to like details of the movie, I just wanted to highlight just the total experience of sitting in there with a whole bunch of people of color and
Yeah,
how
that's
our
beautiful.
reactions were to different parts and different scenes of the movie. Like, we were all literally like yelling out the same thing, and it was okay. I mean, at one point, somebody way on the other side was like, y'all need to shut up. But my people,
Right.
I need to. So then they kind of died down, but it was a lot of like laughing moments. Like, for instance, and this is a spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen Us. So if you ain't seen it, don't come.
Yeah.
Don't. I mean, you can listen. Just listen. It's not
Yeah.
that much.
You're probably
it's
not gonna
that
watch
much of
the
a
movie
giveaway.
anyway,
It's
so
not that much of a
fine.
giveaway. But what is her name? Red is the
Red.
character that they call her. And she started, like, her talking, her dialogue was basically like, once upon a time. And when she started off like that, everybody was laughing. And then I had just yelled out, like, water, Sandy, water. And everybody just bursted out laughing. Because it's just funny how so many people can identify with, like, one line. And everybody started laughing. It was a good time. And we had a lot of moments like that where somebody pointed something out or was just like, oh my God, stop, don't, you know what I'm saying? So just to hear like the crowd's reaction together and then we all like shared the same thoughts, it was real good. That was some good unity right there. It was a good time.
I thought it was a good show. I definitely picked up a few of the hidden subliminal messages, like we're all tethered to each other.
Yeah.
This is a big world, and through our actions, we affect each other.
True.
So.
Oh yeah, that's a big connection.
Kind of creepy, actually.
The thing that I was really confused about was where did we get all of these golden scissors? And why was everybody wearing a red jumpsuit? And who made these jumpsuits? Did Red make jumpsuits for everybody individually and they came out with those things? Were these some outfits that was already pre-made for them by the government that created these clones? Like, I was just trying to figure out, like, how did they come so, I don't know, like, why was it so, where did they get these products and stuff like that? Where did you get them gold scissors from?
The dark side.
I don't know. It was just a lot for me. And I was just like, okay. But it was a good movie nonetheless. And me, I'm a sucker for, like, after I watch a movie, and if it's something like this, like Us, or like Get Out, I'm getting on YouTube and I'm listening to all the conspiracies and the theories.
Oh, yeah.
One of the theories was that the sun is actually a tether. Like, and me and Daoud, we went back and forth about this, and he was like,
a tether for the mother.
Not even that. But he was saying basically the guy, and I can't remember his name. I wish I could cite him.
And that's why she was doing the thing with the lighter, because she was making him set himself on fire.
Well, his explanation was saying that it was the boy that was doing that. So basically, he says his theory is that a few years ago during one of their other trips, the boy had switched out. Like, the tether came out and took the boy and put the boy down there. And as the tether was walking around, I guess that was his explanation for when at the beginning he was cussing and everybody was like, "Who are you? Why do you talk like that? Why are you acting like this?" He was saying that was one of the explanations for it. And his face got burned off because the tether was up, practicing, but as he was practicing, it was forcing the boy who was down below to practice. And with practicing so much and basically emulating him, he ended up like burning himself at some point, and that's why he can't talk to say what he was or what he wasn't. But it's just a theory, but it was just something I never thought about. I was like, oh,
how often do they switch places?
That is different. Yeah, and has that happened a lot? I mean, I don't know. It was good, to say the least. It was good. And I guess something else along with that movie is that Jordan, he made an announcement basically saying that he does not see himself doing another film and having a non-black lead or someone not of color.
Yes, that
being
is
a
a
co-sign.
Can we co-sign that for a minute? He said, I didn't seen enough white.
That's what he's. Well, basically, he was saying, I've seen that narrative before. I've seen it already. Tired of it.
We need some more movies with black people in it like this.
I mean, my friend, Martin Perry's, he pointed out, and he was like, Tyler Perry did it, and it wasn't a big deal. But I guess it's not going to be a big deal when he's just doing stage plays and doing these kind of repetitive type movies. So it's like, he ain't making that much money. He ain't making that much impact. He can have that. But with Jordan on the level that he is and how far his reach is, it's like, oh, that's a problem. Oh, you're really not going to put anyone in the lead that's not of color? Really? Now it's a problem. But before, it's like, oh, we're going to let him have that.
Yeah,
you guys can keep your little chicken side show. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't say nothing about Tyler Perry.
But it's on this level? So that was, thanks for pointing that out, Martin. I was like, oh, you on to something, brother.
And we're not going to say anything about your white wife. Because that's wrong.
All right. So I'm going to move on to the next segment because
keeping it positive.
This is getting a bit hot. No, seriously. So a story that I came across online was that of a black-owned barbershop It's owned by a man named Ryan Griffin. The barbershop is called Fuller Cut. And we have this on our list as a cosign because this guy offers discount haircuts to children that read books while getting their haircut, which I thought that was very, very commendable.
Free haircuts for kids who read books?
I said discount cuts.
Discount, okay.
Discount cuts. Now, I still got to make a profit now.
Yeah,
You hear me?
you did got to make some money. I was just like, I'm just confused. I didn't hear nothing.
Discount haircuts, but I still think that that's a good initiative. So the parent, I don't know if he has the books readily available there, if the parents can just bring their own book. Whatever the case is, anything that you can do to encourage children to read, that's always going to be commendable.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like, I didn't even have this written down, but I seen there was a principal, and she does like a nighttime story time for her students, so that no matter what, if they're in a household where there's nobody reading to them at night, she's like dressed up in onesies, so she makes it like really entertaining, and she reads books on an online streaming service.
I remember
To
we
the
had a
children.
teacher
Good
that used to read
night.
books to us.
Good. What school was that? Because I didn't have it.
Oh, y'all, they didn't read to you guys?
What, like that? Like how I just described with the professor? I mean, with the principal?
We had a teacher, Miss Tarkey. I do remember her. She used...
I love you, CMSD. I do. I really do. And I'm happy that you guys are paying for people to go to college through a program. It's
That
really
is awesome.
I almost damn near cried. And then I was like,
A full scholarship.
and what's funny is that, like, I went to this community meeting, and it was a representative there from the program that's facilitating all of that.
Okay.
So I was like, so I'm a CMSD graduate. And she was like, oh my gosh, yes. And I was like, okay, let me hold.
Can I go back
let
to
me
school?
let me let her keep saying what she's saying. Forget that. I was like, so what about these loans? Are you guys going to help with the back pay
program?
of loans?
That's what I was
Are you guys
thinking.
going to take that next step to do that? She was like, that's actually really plausible. That's a really good question. Of course, I ain't really get no explanation, but because when I seen it, that's the first status I made when I shared it. Like, okay, so this is so good. It is so
They should
awesome.
start
But-
with people who finished first.
and
if you
maybe if you
finished-
finished, if you got the degree,
They
could
should forgive
get you
your
on some
student
type of
loans.
forgiveness program or anything like that. I got bachelor's and master's, okay? I mean, I had a scholarship or whatever, but
She's a 2-degree.
I had a scholarship or whatever, but that didn't cover everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know.
So, just think about it, y'all. Just sleep on it. You don't got to do it immediately. It could be 5 years from now. My stuff with my payment plan is not going to be gone in 5 years.
She's like, my loans will still be here. Whatever
They
you
are-
decide that you want to forgive them.
With what I'm paying a month, it's going to be active in 5 years. So if y'all got to take time to go ahead and write those grants and rally and do fundraisers and stuff like that, I'm willing to wait. But just consider it. Just consider it. No rush. No rush. Just keep me in mind.
We got Betsy DeVoe's
What?
weird ass talking about some she wants to remove No Child Left Behind and stuff like that. So who knows if we'll ever end up with a legitimate public school system.
I don't think we have enough time. I don't, because I listened to her whole address today.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a bit much. It was just too much to handle, too much. That's like one episode in itself.
Yeah.
All the BS that comes. For real, it could be a whole Trump administration BS episode if you really wanted to go there. But again, we just don't have the time.
Yeah. So moving right along.
So, yeah, moving on to our next segment,
Yes, we are.
which is Sign Stop.
It's negative.
So here we're basically just talking about a few things that are going on in politics, media. Usually the stuff is relevant, which it all is. And these are the things that either we're tired of talking about or we think that it just represents a negative energy that should stop, basically.
Yeah.
Stop is negative. I mean, I feel like the
It's
description
a
is
sin.
in itself.
I mean, sign.
Ooh, it's a sin of a
Yeah,
sign.
yeah.
So
It's the sign of a sin.
we're going to start with Bacardi. Cardi B.
McCarty.
Belle Khalees.
Belle Khalees.
Belle Khalees.
No, you have to call her Belle
Par-
Khalees.
Party with Barty. I am Cardi B from the Bronx. So this is the backstory, okay? Because this didn't all just start with this video that's circulating around with her claiming that she drugged guys and took advantage of them to rob them, basically. In my opinion, I think this started when she decided that she was going to take legal action against Tasha K, Unwind with Tasha K. the YouTube
She tried
blogger.
to sue her?
Let me get to it. So the YouTube blogger Tasha K, or Unwind with Tasha K, who I do listen to, guilty. She got some good tea, and she has
really
good references. Like, people really come to her with information. It's crazy. But anyways, she did an interview, like a tell-all interview with this girl Star Marie, who claimed to be Cardi B's roommate at some point way back when in New York, when she was just a stripper. You know, when her name was like Cinnamon and stuff like that, and they was calling her Bacardi or whatever. She claims they were living together. She made some claims, and she said allegedly that Cardi B had herpes. She was being a prostitute, stripper, nasty habits, and all stuff like that, and like drugs and pills and stuff like that. And that interview was like, whoa. But it was hard to determine like if she was telling the truth or lying. And Tasha K, she wasn't exactly like co-signing her, but Tasha, like, she failed to say allegedly throughout the conversation. So it could look like you saying like that she was,
if that were actually happening,
that she has herpes, that you know for sure. She didn't say allegedly, which she probably should have said that more. Like, I would reiterate and say that over and over and over again during the interview if I was talking about a celebrity that has, significantly more money than me, where she can, just poke me, But anyways, so that is out, and I guess she's like suing them for $75,000, which I was like, it's probably not that much. Like, she probably got that on her wrist right now, but she knows that Unwind with Tasha K and Star Marie don't have that type of money,
right?
And they have probably a greater chance of not really being able to put up much of a fight in court, because that stuff can get, stretched out over time.
Right.
You can lawyer fees, court fees, and stuff like that. Somebody like her, like Tasha K and Star Marie, could just be like, I'm folding out of this because I don't have the money to support to even stay in this fight. So when that happened, all I was thinking was, girl, once you decide you're going to sue somebody for defamation of character, what do you think the defense is going to be? They're going to pull up videos, photos, anything that's going to discredit your story.
So she brought this on herself is what you're trying to say.
Yes, they're going to bring up anything that's going to discredit your claim. Girl, what you thought? And that's the thing is, like, she came up on social media, Instagram and stuff like that before Love and Hip Hop, before people were even checking for her music. So there's a lot of things out there, a lot of videos, commentary, and things that she's put out and that she's projected out into the world. That's why you got to be careful before you come up.
Right.
It's a lot of stuff she put out into the world, and now all they got to do is, just bring it up. Well, you said this in this video. In this video, you did say you were selling. In this video, you did say something about popping drugs. And then here's the video with her saying that she drugged people, and they were thinking that they were going to have, intercourse with her. I can't believe I just said intercourse. But this is, and they were under the impression that they were going to have intercourse with her, and she would drug them, and she would rob them once they were asleep. And that is like taking advantage of people and robbery all at the same time. Like, girls, people that can't get no jobs because they was robbing people. And then you can be in a video and brag about it. And then she tried to compare herself to rappers.
I think when you speak of rappers, they do brag. They're very braggadocious about
in the song or on the video.
It's different. It's different when it's on the video, because I feel like you were just telling a story.
And then also
wanted to tell.
And then also too, like, I mean, yes, artists, because that was a part of her defense.
I
was
just
that
don't
other
want
artists
this
do
to
the same thing.
For me, I was like, I just don't want this to make all sex workers look bad. Because there's a lot of respectable sex workers out there. And there's a lot of people that, I'm beautiful, I have sex for money, and that's just it. And she's tainted this industry. And
if they're having sex for money, they're also robbing
people. And like the little girl who came up missing at the hotel party. Who knows what them little girls was doing in there with them men for how much? You know what I'm saying? Or kicking it with somebody and you expect a certain amount of money from them, or expect them to buy things for you. So I mean, there's a thin line between dating and you need to dish. So I mean,
here's the kicker. So now, which I don't. Okay, first let me just say this. First, I don't agree with like comparing her to Bill Cosby or R. Kelly, because there's a difference between like. That's just two different levels.
Between rob and rape. Yeah. I know it rhymes a little bit.
And they both start with an R.
But They're not the same thing.
I don't think it's the same level, but I do still think it's still messed up that you're drugging. Yeah, you're drugging people, and it's premeditated. Like, you thought about this. You had that plan. You knew what you were going to do.
And then anything could have happened. If someone would have rounded up dead in one of these situations, would you be able to brag about it? Or did somebody wind up dead or hurt in one of these situations that you brag about? And then for you to say that it wasn't, it was me a long time ago. It was you
3 years ago
when we met you 3 years ago. We still knew you, so that means in the midst of us knowing you, or you accumulating fame, you were still out here doing unsavory things. So I just don't know.
I feel like this is just another example of people are just so ready to put everything on social media, tell every story, when really that's something Boo Boo could have just kept to herself.
I'm just glad
I would not have got on any
coming
camera
back
and
because I want women to be involved in music, and
not in that way though.
Not in that component, because like the City Girls. Do you hear some of their lyrics?
Actually, all I know is the twerk song because that comes on the radio, and I listen to that in the morning during the Breakfast Club.
Too much, y'all. And lighten up on that song.
And not creative at all, even down to the video. But it's nice that everybody got flued out and all the expenses was covered.
It looked beautiful. It looked like they were having fun. That's all I can say.
Okay. I mean, just think about it. We got children. We got the next generation coming.
Everybody's
watching.
Yeah.
The media is easily accessible for everybody. It's literally right in the palm of your hand. So you kind of got to be careful. But then again, at the same time, it's like, why should we be looking for them to hold a certain standard for the next generation? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm always like torn in between that because they didn't ask for it. But then again, like how they say, with power
with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, great responsibility. But then again, you can't expect that from everybody because not everybody is built like that. So it's like, do you fault them for it, or do you just be like, like that's always like a tough one for me. But back to what you said about we don't know if anybody died or anything. There is a guy that came forward claiming that he was taken advantage of by Cardi B. He said that he was in New York, and I don't know if I believe his story, but he like had details. Basically, he said she danced. He was like, well, how much? And then he met with her after the club. Then they went back to his hotel. And at the hotel, she was like, I got to go to the bathroom. And he said that as she was walking to the bathroom, a dang old monostat fell out of her bag. I was like, why did he point that detail out? It fell out of her bag, and she reached out and grabbed it and took it in the bathroom with her. And he said he was like, whoa, and he tried to act like he didn't see it. And I was like, okay, so you still gonna mess with her even though she got a little monostat in her bag.
For all the men watching, what does monostat do?
That is for yeast infections.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So she had cauliflower going down.
I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know, but that's what he said. Allegedly, this is what the boy said. This is his story.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. He said that she dropped monostat and then she hurried up and grabbed it. He acted like she didn't see it. And then she was like, you want a drink? So I guess she poured him a drink. He took the drink. And next thing he remembered is he woke up butt naked and all of his stuff was missing. And all that was left was one shoe, which I was like, why would she only take one shoe? That's where I was like, yeah, whatever, boy. And he said that he walked out the hotel room down to the desk with his meat in the shoe because he didn't want nobody to see his stuff. And they gave him like a voucher for his room or whatever. Like his stay was free because of what happened, I guess. And that was that. He said next thing he knows, she was like accepting awards and stuff. He had like Unwind with Tasha K reached out to him, and also Daytime Tea Time. That's another YouTube blogger.
I watch both of them.
They don't play. Well,
they really be catching the tea though.
Oh, they catch the tea. Them girls is better than CNN news.
I don't know.
No lie.
Like, how do they be getting all this information?
They got the real news. But they both reached out to him, and he was like taken back and almost like disgusted that they had even asked him questions about his account because he just put it on Instagram and just started telling a story or whatever. So they were just like, trying to get some clarification on the night, like what happened, like how interviewers do. Hello, right. Inquire. That's what you put it out there for.
Inquire.
What you thought was gonna happen next? So anyway, they're asking questions and he didn't respond, and then he just kind of put some like a standard, I guess like a overall statement on Instagram stating Like, I can't believe y'all think I would lie about this. Why would I lie about this? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I mean, well, nobody really knows. And the story sounds kind of funny in the way he was telling it, which, I mean, I don't want to say I'm not taking it seriously, basically. But at the same time, like, he got left with one shoe.
Right.
Then the monostat detail, like, why did he have to say that? Like, it was just like, I'm confused.
Right.
And also, why did it take him so long to even say anything about it, too? But his thing was like he was embarrassed about it. I don't know if that man telling the truth. He could just be somebody that's just trying to get some clout. Because, I mean, I feel like at this point, almost any person in New York could say, yeah, she got me too because she was a stripper. Oh,
Right.
she was a stripper.
Everybody knew her.
A lot of people knew her. They still got videos and photos of her dancing. So I could be, oh, shoot, I got a picture with her. I'm about to say it, too.
That's so corny.
I thought that would happen. But I don't know if he's telling the truth. I'm just going to keep my eye on it just to see, like, what comes of it. I don't think she's addressed him. But her stance is just basically, it was a while back. I did what I had to do. I ain't doing nothing no different from others.
I just hope that she has reformed herself with all the opportunities she's been given now. That's all.
I just think everybody needs a certain level of discretion. Even if your life is in the limelight.
And let's not move in situations where we knowingly taking advantage of people. Like, that is so wrong to know that you are moving in a situation specifically to take advantage. Like, whatever it may be. Even if you're meeting with somebody because they got money. You're meeting with somebody because they're famous. You're meeting with somebody because you feel like they're lonely and they'll love you the way you want to be loved. Because that's a form of taking advantage of someone. It's all wrong. Like, move in situations where you can compromise, where you can add value to each other, where you're sharing the weight of the rock together.
Mm-hmm. Bridge,
I ain't got nothing else.
you said it's in a word.
I just want people to be very aware.
Be conscious of how you move.
Because Bill Cosby is being compared to Cardi B because they were both moving in advantageous ways against people who they knew were susceptible to those circumstances, and that's just fucked up. I know.
Yeah. We almost did it. All right. Moving on from Cardi B on over to...
Speaking of laws and getting away with crimes.
Jussie Smollett.
Ooh. I wasn't saying it like that, though.
Well, we don't know if he actually did it, and that is why it is such a juicy topic. Because everybody has their own opinion. We've got some people that are saying, oh, yeah, he did it, and he's getting away with it. It's just totally crazy. This is just out of control. This is so unheard of. This is an insult to American justice. And then we got others like, yeah, bruh, I knew he didn't do it.
Let's be very clear why some people are upset, though. They're upset because he blamed it on MAGA people, and it wasn't MAGA people, and now MAGA people are mad.
Because someone...
If you're going to blame us, you better get that ass kicked for real, bitch. You better not be fucking lying on me, bitch. All I
had to do was send Tommy and round.
If I would have put my I wouldn't have put my noose around your neck. I would have put my hands around your goddamn neck. That's what I would have did.
You wouldn't have got nowhere that night. You hear me? So it's best you move on and stay around. Stay away from me.
Calling the police on us.
All right, we got to go back. All right, so look. Jussie has 16 charges against him. All 16 charges were dropped. According to his lawyer, all charges are dropped. There was no deal made. No deal.
No plea bargain.
No play. Wrong route.
It was just closed.
It was closed, and that record is wiped clean. It's sealed, signed, delivered. Nobody can touch it. Can't nobody come after it. That's it. Like, it's done. Finito. I don't want to hear about it. Are we concerned about those two guys that lied on my client? No. We will let the Chicago police, the universe, deal with them. We will let Chicago police deal with them. We have nothing to say to Chicago Police Department. We are just moving on with our lives, and we're going to go and continue to impact the community as Jussie has been doing since he was 15 years old.
Okay.
That's what she said. I'm just repeating it. So there's been a lot of uproar, though, because, I mean, I've seen some people saying like, I knew he wasn't guilty all that time. And then we have others are like acting like this man just got away with murder. Like he killed somebody in the middle of the street.
All he did was get his ass kicked and blamed it on the wrong people. That's all he did.
I mean, maybe he couldn't see, his vision was blurry.
Allegedly, he was cheating and his boyfriend put his hands on that ass.
Oh, wow. I don't think I would go that far if I got beat up by my boyfriend. I just say, he hit me. That's the one that's going to jail. Like, what you mean? I'm getting in all this trouble. I have no time. I got to get back to my acting career.
He hit me.
Heck, lock him up. I can still be the gay Tupac. What you mean, bruh? But anyways, the Chicago Police Department, they are upset. I would say more so salty, embarrassed. Pride is a little shot, you know. I think that they put their foot in their mouth because there was too much leaking of information. I felt like the public knew too much information. I felt like if they were going to have a jury trial, the jury is already tainted if they watch TV because it's talked about day to day to day to day, all day. You on Good Morning America, Good Night America. You was on the Breakfast. No, he wasn't on the Breakfast Club. But he might as well have gone on the Breakfast Club and made a statement. You giving away all your cards. You're building suspicion. You're getting the public and the media like to rally behind you on your side to like convict him in the court of public opinion before he's even able to get due process. Due process. Like, thank you. I was right there. It was right there. Before he's able to get due process, man, that's a violation of my amendment. Which one is that?
The fifth, I think.
I thought the fifth is the right to remain silent. I ain't saying nothing.
Right.
I plead the fifth.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Y'all know which one. Mr. Dancliffe know for sure. I'm sorry I don't remember.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
Mr. Dancliffe.
I apologize. I don't mean to embarrass you. But anyways, no, seriously, like he didn't get that. And then also the people that claimed that they were put up to this. Their own lawyer is saying, oh, no, the $3,500 was actually for meal planning and a fitness plan. So then now where is your evidence? What do you have? Where is it? Where is it? Where does it say that I did it? Like, where is it? That's how Jesse was in court. Like, what do you guys have to say now? Like, what do you have to say now? And so basically, a done deal. So, but there are some people saying like, okay, yeah, the charges were dropped, but they're claiming that he made a deal. Ike, he made a deal.
Like, I know the words, Ike. I wrote it.
No, they're claiming that he did, in fact, make a deal. And his deal was letting them keep the $10,000 bond and also him doing community service.
Damn.
But that ain't nothing for him. Go ahead and have it. Let me go. Give me my life and my pearls. I'm out of here. But anyways, so they kept the $10,000 bond, and then also he did community service. But from what the lawyer is saying, she's basically saying like, no, he was volunteering. It wasn't community service. I volunteered to do that. It wasn't nothing forced to do. He wanted to do that. I don't know. Maybe he was. I mean, people do that all the time. If they got a pending court case, and trust me, I know. When people have pending court cases, they try to hurry up and find a steady job, and they might volunteer because it's like, well, in the meantime, I've been doing this for the past 2 months. Like, I've been maybe, because it looks good on your character. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he would probably volunteer. But she's claiming it was volunteering, and others are saying like, no, it was a deal, but they're just not trying to picture it as a deal. It's like, no, charges were dropped. But did she technically say like he's been exonerated?
Well, I don't know.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It's really tough. It's really, really tough. Chicago PD is so terrible.
They gonna stay mad.
I feel like y'all need to focus your energy on other things. Like, there's so many unsolved murders.
Come on now.
Political figures are very questionable around that way.
Yeah.
And then even still, like the senator of Illinois is trying to stop tax breaks for any production company that works with Jesse. Like, dang, like, bruh, I'm done. But you want to make sure that he pays in some type of way. Because no way should this black man be charged with all of those things and just walk away scot-free.
Right. There's no way you get 16
I'm going to hit him in his
counts.
pockets. I'm going to make sure that he doesn't get another acting role, or he can't go back to Empire because Empire's like, well, we're going to have to pay these taxes in order to blah, blah. I don't think it's going to work anyways. I don't think that's going to get pushed through. Honestly, if they're claiming that they wasted all of their resources and their time.
I'm like, how can they do that? That's discriminatory.
It is. And then he has the nerve to claim, like, Jesse wasted all of our time and resources on this event, and it wasn't even it was fake.
Investigate that
But the other
hard.
thing is too, you gonna waste resources if you decide to go through with this whole process of making sure that they don't get tax breaks. Tax breaks. Like,
Right.
why are you taking the time to do that when you still have other things and areas to focus on where your resources could be used properly? This is just a continuation of them trying to get him to go to trial. Honestly, you stretching it out. You already said you wasted a lot of resources. Why would you continue to waste resources?
Right.
I'm trying to understand.
And with that, we come to our final segment, which
Dang.
is the tangent. And I've said this before, but I want to say it again. If you're not being appreciated, you're being depreciated. So don't let nobody fuck with your value.
Oh, wow.
And just like that. I guess it wasn't really a tangent.
That was a statement.
Gotta let people know.
I mean, yeah, you gotta let them. We didn't do
You want to do?
Karis Washington.
Who is Karis?
We don't have to.
Tell us about Karis.
Well, okay.
We still got 8 minutes left.
Well, if I have 8 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get this covered. Karis Washington, he actually interviewed for Six Flags recently.
Oh, okay.
And he was actually denied employment because he is a man or a young man that has locks.
Locks.
I don't say dreads. I call them locks.
Because the
Dread is like short for dreadful.
Dreadful.
Okay,
No,
we don't
they're
want to
not.
call them dreads. We want to
They're
call them
locks.
locks. All right. Anyways, so I guess his mother was very upset, and like she followed up, and she was like, "What do you mean? The policy, the grooming policy, only says that they can't have hair no more than 2 inches below their collar, including dreads, braids, etc." So the lady doubled down and was like, "I can see how you can be confused by that, but it's still not going to be in compliance." And my thing was first, that was like really, really petty. Because I feel like with dreads or anybody, I'm sure that not all of their employees have little pixie or bob haircuts, number one. And anybody that has long hair and they have a job where they have to deal with food, or maybe it's just high, fast paced or anything like that, and they want to have the hair out of the way, you're allowed to put your hair up in a ponytail or in a bun, or to even wrap it up, or you know what I'm saying? People, that's a normal thing, and he was not given that opportunity. And I wish I knew, like, if she asked about it, if she asked about his dreads during the interview, like, what would you do with those, or blah blah blah, or something like that, or even go over the grooming policies so that he can take that into consideration. So what he got to do? Shave his head off in order to work at Six Flags? Six Flags?
Over Chippewa.
Boy, bye. And my thing was, like, because I posted it in the group and people were commenting like, yeah, that's crazy. And I had people that like kind of agreed, that I agree with, which was like kind of similar to what my stance was that if you go to interview at a place and they're literally being like discriminatory about some dang on locks that you can very easily put away, that's not the place that you want to work at.
Yeah.
If they're going to be that hard on a stranger, someone that they're just interviewing for a job, a potential candidate, imagine how stressful that environment is going to be once you get in. That's just one thing. It could be so many other things that will make your time there just so difficult. And then you're going to be stressed and struggling to work there, sad, forlorn, looking for another job because it was
Forlorn. Come on, forlorn.
You're going to be looking for another job because it was never a good fit to begin with. And it's hard because there is that you want to be likable by others, and you want to kind of sort of like fit in, of course, in your working environment. But at the same time, you want to try to find a job and where you're going to be comfortable, where you can be yourself, where your looks are acceptable. If he was looking at Six Flags, brother, and they said that, he should have just went on down to Chipotle, because Chipotle ain't gonna care. You can have tattoos, big old gauges and stuff in your ears, dreads, long hair, short hair. Like, just go to the right environment for it. And if that's how they're acting when you come in just to interview, just introducing yourself, and the topic of discussion during the interview should be about your skills and your abilities, not about what you look like and stuff like that. The only way I'd be worried about abilities is like, I don't know. Well, I guess, no, I can't even say that either. No, it just should be about your skills and your abilities and what you bring to the table and why you want to work there. That is it. It shouldn't be we're going to have to decline because of your dreads that you could easily put away.
And in order to stop these situations, we need to, when we find ourselves in them, we need to know that we have options. So
Options.
never forget that there's an equal employment office in your state or your county or your city, and you can report situations like this to them so they can take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or find them on LinkedIn.
oh yeah, or tweet about it.
Share their photo.
Yeah.
Why not share it? Let everybody know.
Tweet straight to Six Flags. I didn't get hired
Yeah.
because of my locks.
Positive
Why?
Paula found an HR manager at Six Flags on LinkedIn. We just wasn't sure if it was her.
No, y'all didn't.
Yes, we did. She found her.
Y'all crazy.
And I was like, she looked like the type. But I digress. So, guys, we had so much fun today here at Tangent Bandits. You know what I'm saying? We were out for a couple weeks, but now we're back for the jump off. You have anything you want to add?
Goons in the club, say something. You better get the beast.
Yeah.
Or out come the beast. That's all.
Okay. Oh, duh. Okay, so as I've been annoying everybody in the world, Black Positivity Night is coming up. It is May 4th. Tickets are definitely on sale. Tickets are only $10 a person. You will get with that food. On the menu is chicken spaghetti, garlic bread, and salad. You'll get that for only your $10. And you'll get 2 wine tickets. There are going to be live music performances. We have a comedian that's going to actually do some stand-up for us. It's hosted by a comedian named LOL Brielle. She will be in the building. We have a guest speaker who is the bomb.com. He is the owner of Dance Therapy. His name is Desi Marlowe. The Dance Therapy building is, I believe, it is on Northfield Road or Warrensville Road. I have to add that in there. I'll probably put it in the comments. But anyways, he's going to be our guest speaker. He is trained in speaking. So he's going to be talking about unity, the importance of unity in the Black community. We have a table there from Aramark. Yes, the employer. They will be there talking about some part-time opportunities that'll be available to you guys. So they'll tell you about, requirements and things like that for employment, and also give you some game dates. My mama going to be running that table, so make sure you get over there and get you a little part-time job to supplement your income. We also have, I'm trying to think of the vendors. So one of the vendors is Lux Fitness. That's coordinated by a guy named Chris Wood. He'll be a vendor there. He has kickboxing classes available at Metro at the 9. We have Takesha Crazy Tea Boutique. She has clothing. Her items are one of a kind. 9 times out of 10, you buy something from her, you probably won't see other people wearing it. It's going to be unique to yourself. So bump the Fashion Nova, the Fashion Nova robot outfits, and make sure that you come and see Takesha Crazy Tea on May 4th. Other vendors, we got Olivia. She has her lovely detox that actually works. So she'll have some before and after pictures just to show. And she's actually used it herself, and she's lost a significant amount of weight. It's really worked on her behalf. And she's expanding her items to I think now she has a waist trainer that she's selling too. We have a clothing line called Iconic Selections by D-Lo. My sister will have a table. It's called Mandy's Candy. So she has a variety of nice little delectable sweets and chocolates that are reasonably priced. I'm trying to think. We got Duafe. It's a skincare line, skin and hair care line that she has. Great facial scrub. Oils, everything is all natural. So it's really good products. If you wash your face with it, get a little in your mouth, it tastes like candy. I know for sure because I've been using her products. I'm trying to think of, I hope I didn't leave. Oh, we have Nicholas Davis. He's going to be giving some spiritual guidance. So, and I thought that would be a really good addition to the team, because basically it's like we have a variety of vendors, but he's going to be doing like tarot card readings and stuff like that. So it's, and like with Black people, they'd be like, I ain't messing with that. So it's going to be good to like introduce that to everybody and let them like get a taste of it, so he can really like show them like what he does and what they can get out of his spiritual guidance. He always has like good things to say. I've been following him, and I kind of coerced him to join. I was like, I envision you doing this. And he was like, yes. So I'm trying to think about, I wish I had a list with me right now. And then I am going to give a shout out on our Black Positivity Night page, but we got a ton of sponsors. Everyday people, businesses, my brother Black Abe, Dreams Emerging, SMG Details, Iconic Selections, Amazing Homes, Melanated Millennial Consulting, Tangent Bandits, Positive Paula, of course, or duh. I'm trying to think. I can't think of everybody else, and so many more. And we're gonna reveal everything as the next 5 weeks progress over time. It's gonna be a good night. I do want to say, if you plan on attending, you want to buy your ticket as soon as possible. You do have the chance to purchase tickets there at the event, but it will be $15 at the door, which is an additional $5.
For $10, I feel like
you can go and purchase it. There's so many things you can buy for $10, like right now.
My God, Jesus, y'all giving away too much for $10. It sounds like you get a comedy night, you get a game night, you get a little shopping experience.
It's a lot available for only $10.
And food?
And the food and the drink is included in it.
Okay.
Oh, and not to mention, but wait, there's more. Because we have raffles. So for the first 20 people to arrive, they'll be given a scavenger hunt sheet. And it's basically a vendor scavenger hunt sheet. Okay, so as you go to each vendor, they'll mark it off that you visited them.
That's a good way to make people
And once your sheet is filled out, marked off completely, then you'll take it over to the table. And we're going to put you in a drawing for a prize. There will be a prize given out to the winner of the trap musical chairs. It'll be, we're still working on what the prize is, but we're looking for it to be like 2 tickets for you and your friend to go to some major event. Not nothing cheap either, because it's sponsored by my brother, and he's helping us out significantly. And then we also have a wave contest. Those that participate in the wave contest, their tickets will only be $5. We'll just put them on the list, and they'll give us the $5 as they walk into the venue. We have we have 5 prizes for those. So basically, everybody that participates in the wave contest, they'll get a voucher for a free haircut for a major barber in Cleveland area, downtown, okay. Easy access. And then we'll have prizes for the top 3 winners, so first, second, and third place. I mean, it's about to be so bomb. Like, it's going to be art. I'm like, not to mention.
Can I get mine spinning?
Right.
Can I get mine spinning?
You can get in there. Not to mention, I'm sorry, Al Dante Art is going to provide... His art is going to be hanging up in our establishment. He's also going to have a table, and he'll be... He'll have some of his stuff on display. It'll be for sale.
It's custom
so
artworks.
We try to make the price of entry only $10. So then that way with the vendors, we want them to make some money while they're there. So bring some cash. Get your little $10 ticket. You get so much for it. Even if you don't actually purchase from the vendors, you still get so much for it. It's like, why not? And I think like our vendors' prices are very reasonable. If somebody came in there with $20, they're going to help somebody out. Then you're going to contribute and support a black business.
Support black business, yes.
That's the whole thing of it. And then networking as well. So, I'm sorry. That's all I got. My throat's starting to hurt.
That's okay. Well, with that being said, we appreciate you. Good night.
Bye.